Well, most people think that if you're hurt and you're working, then you have a valid workers' comp claim in North Carolina. That's not necessarily the case. You have to meet certain elements in order to have a valid workers' comp claim in North Carolina. The first is you have to have an employer-employee relationship. And what that means is you can't be an independent contractor. How do you define that? Well, there's some case law that helps you define it, but we won't necessarily go into those details for the purposes of this video. You have to have an employer that has 3 or more employees for them to be covered under the Workers' Compensation Act. Or that employer can have fewer, but if they have purchased workers' compensation insurance coverage, then they are covered by the Act. You have to suffer what's called an injury by accident. Now that sounds like anything could be an accident, but that's not necessarily the case. Once again, there's case law that tells you exactly what an accident means. So not every injury is caused by an accident. It's interesting and it's weird, but it's there. You also have to have that accident to be deemed to have arisen out of and been sustained in the course of your employment. Once again, there's case law that defines what those things mean, arising out of, sustained in the course of. Suffice it to say, it has to be related to your work and you were doing your work whenever that injury by accident occurred. And if you don't have one of those things, then you're not going to have a valid and compensable workers' compensation claim. If you have any doubts about it, you should call an attorney to get some advice and seek some help.